He gave her an ultimatum on a Sunday morning over breakfast. The business or the marriage? He said it like the answer was obvious. She put down her cup, looked at him for a long moment, and said, "I choose the business." He laughed. He actually laughed. 3 years later, Forbes Africa featured her on their cover. The interview mentioned the ultimatum. It did not mention him kindly. Let's call her Adaeze, 32 years old when the story begins. Married to a man named Emeka for 5 years. Emeka was charming when he needed to be, educated enough to be taken seriously, and absolutely certain, in the way that some men are certain about things that have nothing to do with them, that his wife's potential had a ceiling. Adaeze had a vision, a skincare brand rooted in African botanicals, designed for dark skin, built for a global market that had been underserved for decades. She had notebooks full of formulations. She had done the research. She had identified manufacturers. She had a name, a logo concept, a launch strategy. She had everything except the one thing she needed most: someone in her corner. Emeka was not in her corner. "Who is going to buy this?" he said, the first time she showed him the business plan. "There are 1,000 skincare brands already. You are not a chemist. You are not a businesswoman. You are my wife." He said it like those things were mutually exclusive. His own business ventures, a logistics company that never quite launched, a real estate scheme that dissolved after 6 months, a cryptocurrency investment that he refused to call a loss, had been funded quietly, consistently from their joint account. Money that included Adaeze's salary. Money she had never once questioned him about. When she asked for 20,000 naira to register her business name, he said they couldn't afford it. What Adaeze did not know, what she would not find out until much later, was that while Emeka was telling her they couldn't afford 20,000 naira, he was sending 150,000 naira every month to a woman named Temi. Temi was 24. She had an apartment in Lekki that Emeka's name was nowhere near, but that his money paid for entirely. She had a wardrobe, a lifestyle, and a social media presence that Adaeze's husband had quietly been funding for 2 years. Temi, for what it is worth, would later say she had no idea Emeka was married, that he had told her he was separated, that the moment she found out the truth, which came later in a way nobody expected, she was as devastated as anyone. But that part comes later. What Adaeze knew in those years was only this: her husband dismissed every idea she had, drained every resource she tried to build, and surrounded her with a chorus of voices: his mother, his sisters, her own in-laws, who echoed his version of her back at her constantly. She was difficult. She was too ambitious. She didn't know her place. She was lucky to have him. Adaeze left the marriage with 3 things: her clothes, her notebooks, and 60,000 naira she had been saving in a personal account Emeka didn't know existed. 20,000 at a time, over 3 years, from a part of her salary she had quietly redirected. She had been saving since the day he refused to register her business name. She moved into her younger sister's second bedroom. She registered the business that same week. She found a small contract manufacturer through a contact she had made at a trade fair 2 years earlier. A contact she had maintained carefully, professionally, even while Emeka told her she was wasting her time networking. She launched with 4 products and a website she built herself over 3 weekends. She had no PR budget, no influencer partnerships, no paid advertising. She had Instagram, a clear brand story, and a product that genuinely worked. The first month, she made 80,000 naira in sales. She cried when she saw the number. Not because it was life-changing, because it was proof. By month 6, she had moved out of her sister's spare room. By month 12, she had hired her first employee. By month 18, she had secured a distribution deal with a beauty retailer operating across 4 African countries. By the end of year 2, her revenue had crossed 100 million naira. Publicly, not yet. She simply worked every single day with the focused energy of a woman who had been told she was nothing and had decided, quietly and completely, to prove the opposite.
In year 3, Forbes Africa came knocking. A profile piece on African women building global beauty brands. The journalist asked Adaeze about her journey, the early days, the obstacles, the moments she had doubted herself. Adaeze told the truth, all of it. The husband who called her ideas stupid. The joint account money spent on ventures that failed while her 20,000 naira request was denied. The ultimatum. The laugh. The Sunday morning that turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to her. The logistics company he had tried to relaunch, this time without access to her salary, was struggling. And then Temi called Adaeze. She had seen the Forbes article. She had done the maths on the timeline. She had gone back through 2 years of conversations with Emeka and understood, with the particular horror of realization arriving all at once, that the money he had given her, the apartment, the wardrobe, the lifestyle, had come from a woman he had told her didn't exist. Temi called to apologize. She was crying. She said she had not known. She said she was sorry.
Emeka reached out 6 weeks after the Forbes article. A message, carefully worded, that said he was proud of her, that he had always believed in her, that perhaps they had both made mistakes, that he would like to talk. Adaeze read the message. She did not reply. Not out of bitterness, not to make a point, simply because there was genuinely nothing left to say. The woman who had needed his validation no longer existed, and the woman she had become had not built herself out of his rubble just to go back and stand in it. She left the message unread, and she went back to work. Adaeze's brand is now stocked in 11 countries. She has 43 employees. Her latest product line sold out in 6 hours. She was invited to speak at a women's entrepreneurship summit in London last year. She accepted. She wore a dress she designed herself. She stood on that stage and talked about the Sunday morning over breakfast, the ultimatum, the laugh, and the room of 800 women gave her a standing ovation before she had even finished the sentence. She said one thing in that speech that has been quoted more than anything else she has ever said publicly. The people who told you that you couldn't, they were not describing your limits. They were describing their own. Emeka is in another city now, starting over quietly, away from the people who watched his wife become everything he told her she couldn't be. His mother called Adaeze last Christmas to say she was sorry, to say she hadn't understood, to say she was proud of her. Adaeze thanked her, and meant it, because she had long since stopped carrying any of it. That is the thing about building something real. It leaves no room for the weight of people who never believed in you. You are too busy, too focused, too alive in what you were creating to spend time being angry at what tried to stop you. Some people
people learn too late that loyalty isn't just a word. And karma? Karma keeps excellent records. This has been Served Cold. I'll see you tomorrow.